So the first time that I went to Quaker Meeting to visit West Hills, I pulled up. I was running a little bit late, actually, and so I was planning on just sneaking in the back. But I get up to the door, and probably one of the most mystical experiences of my life, I just started crying. Like, I hadn't heard anyone talk. I hadn't had my hand shaken yet. I was just crying. My name is AJ Mendoza. I'm part of West Hills Friends Church in Portland, Oregon. I went to George Fox University, which is an evangelical Quaker school just outside of Portland. I started working a lot with the LGBTQ students there. And while the school only has about a 3% Quaker student population, overwhelmingly the straight allies who would show up were Quaker. And so that left me with a really big question mark. Well, why are these the people that are showing up? I think the first time I realized there was so many Quakers in the club was we had to make some sort of a decision, and I don't even know what it was, or don't remember what it was at the time. But somebody said, why don't we take a vote on that? And there's kind of a wash of uncomfortability. And I was like, what is that all about? My friend leans over and he's like, a lot of the people in this room are Quaker, and we tend to not vote. I'm like, oh, news to me. So that was kind of my initial introduction into Quakers. I sent an email to a guy at my yearly meeting, asked if I could have a coffee with him, and he said that there's actually one monthly meeting in Northwest Yearly Meeting that has minuted being welcoming and affirming of LGBTQ people. And I was like, whoa, welcoming and affirming, Northwest Yearly Meeting? I know George Fox University as a school, not so generally an accepting place. And so I had to see this. And it was going to be very academic. I was going to walk in, sit politely through the service, because I hadn't been to church in like 4 years. After the service was over, find the pastor, shake his hand, say something to the effect of, well, thank you for being welcoming, and good day to you. And so that was my intention. And I pulled up there on a Sunday morning and started walking towards the Meetinghouse. Before I even got in the door or heard a single person talk, just started crying. Just tears. It felt like my soul coming home after a really long time being away. Then I sat through that meeting just in the back and came back the next Sunday and the Sunday after that, and now I'm a member. I think what has resonated most with me about Quakerism is that idea that God is still speaking and is present now, and there's equal access to that. That was not my experience of faith or my understanding of it growing up. God was locked away, and some people knew and some people didn't, and there was lots of rules, and Quakerism just shakes up rules, and I love that so much. I love that the Jesus that I was sold as a kid, that is exclusive and condemning, is not the Jesus that I think existed at all. That's not a God that I can relate to. The God that wasn't well liked by people, that was kind of hated. The Jesus that stood in front of people who were about to hurt another person. That's a Jesus that interests me. And being able to kind of live into that faith, not as a spiritual refugee, but as like an equal in it. It's been really incredible, really healing, actually.
Now, hello from Maryland College. My name is Tristan Owens. Oh wait. Hello from Washington, D.C. My name is Tristan Owens. I go to Earlham College, and you're watching QuakerSpeak.